Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. What you see here is a Tier 8 Soviet Su-14-2. And this is the Tier 8 model. So what happened is I'm going to show you the last game that I played in this tank, because that's the game that pushed me over the edge and unlocked my Tier 9 artillery. So once that game is over, we're going to go and buy the Tier 9 artillery and then outfit it and get ready to go and work our way to the next stage. So it was really big because the Stage 8 artillery is pretty tough and it's very long, and Stage 9 is even longer. Well, I know that because I already have 2 Tier 10 artilleries. So I'm working my way to the third one, because I had always been off and on goofing around with Russians since the first year of the game. And, over time, I just goofed around a little bit here and there just for something different to do. And then I saw some stuff. I saw something that was where, players were complaining about the Russian artillery. And, no, the Tier 10. So I thought, well, I was already down the road when I read that. It was about, I think I was at the end of Tier 6. So I thought, well, if these guys complain about Russian Tier 10 artillery, that means it must be good. Because the whiners, they don't whine if it's not good. They only whine about artillery that's actually effective. You'll find that to be a common occurrence. So that was my motivation. If whiners are complaining about Russian Tier 10 artillery, well, it must be good. Because they don't realize that they're telling you that they're whiners whenever they complain about artillery. Because artillery has the worst aiming in the game. It has the slowest bullets. To get killed by artillery, you have to screw up. And so when a whiner complains that he got killed by artillery, he's telling you he's a screw up without telling you he's a screw up. And that's the best part of artillery. So, why don't we go and look at this game, shall we? And if you would like to do so, it would be very helpful for you to leave a like on this video. So let me get you the game action, and we'll progress from there. Welcome to Thiepval Ridge. This game doesn't last very long. It's a little over 4 minutes. And the reason why is because our team is awesome. No, they were awful. They were just absolutely awful. But you're stuck with them. So once you get stuck with these guys, you got to do the best you can. There's just nothing else you can do. When you're in artillery, you got to make shots that are available if they're available. There's an old rule that I have: you can't shoot what isn't there. And that applies to every kind of tank, as well as artillery. Light tank, forget about it. You're not going to get this guy. You never know. Sometimes you take a little gamble and it looks kind of close. He's not moving that much. And sometimes their patterns are quite repetitious. I have been known to get lucky. But make no mistake about it. When you hit a guy like that on the move, it's luck. Shot against the hammer. And unfortunately, that didn't go that well. But again, that was a decent shot because the hammer doesn't move too fast. So you got to take some gamble shots. You're like, well, maybe it's a 30% or 40% chance you hit. That's good enough to take a shot. Another heavy tank. What kind of heavy tank is this guy? Now that's Bernie in the Vengeance right there. Oh, it's the hammer still. Okay, that guy got hammered. No pun intended. I was trying to help Bernie because there was a bunch of guys that just showed up because our idiots weren't spotting. Look, half the team is already dead. These guys are awful. These are just awful players. And it's not one awful guy. And it doesn't bother me to tell you that they're awful. I speak the truth. Bernie is about to go down. He's dead, Jim. Great. Now they're coming to get me. There's nothing you could do. Now I've seen some of these other guys that, some of these people watch for some reason. I don't know why. Go and run and self-destruct. Like, what a coward. Goodbye, turtle. He's dead. My team is terrible. I don't have hardly anybody left. But this cat has claws, baby. You better run, Sonny. You better bring some friends if you don't run. So, that was the end of that. It was one of the most awful teams you'll ever see. But I only needed 600 points. Now let's go check out. Whoops. Okay, here is the end of game screen. Now I lose money, and that's part of the scam of the game. The scam of the game is the only ammo that's any good will make you lose money in artillery. Unless you have just a phenomenal game, which is in itself next to impossible. But it does happen from time to time. But generally speaking, at the higher levels, you're going to lose money if you're using the good ammo. And the good ammo has the biggest damage. And it's like 5,000 a shot. So, one kill, 1791 damage. That's a decent game's damage, actually. But the problem is, kind of garbage medals that I get. Oh, okay, whatever. Just increased my standing on Mark of Excellence. Somehow, this guy got a kill. But for the longest time I had the only kill. These guys were just awful. Bernie was in a Vengeance as a spotter. They were that awful. Light tanks did nothing. Okay, see that? A T-41E1. You're horrible, son. I'm sorry, he was horrible. It's a terrific light tank. M41 Brazil, another horrible performance. Just absolutely horrible. This guy even worse. So that's a heavy tank, right? Yeah, and that's another heavy tank. But our light tanks were just trash. So, yes, VK-28, garbage. When you're that bad, you deserve to be showcased for your incompetence. That's just the way it is. So, I unlocked the entire rest of the tank, you know, the next one, the tier 9, and got elite status. So, I'm really done with tier 8. Here we're following the artillery tree. Da-da-dum-da-dum! 212A. Purchased this for $2.5 million. I don't really have a choice. Okay. This is the 212 box. I don't know. Hope it's faster than that other one. That tier 8 is not fast at all. So let's get into this dude and see what we got. Well, let's first things first, get rid of this garbage. Enhanced targeting is worthless because they give you nothing for it. Okay. Well, we need always... Actually, let's go look here first. Got it. We need... Advanced loader. Okay, that's $2.5 million for the tank. $500,000. Okay, that's $3 million already. What a ripoff. We're going to need gun laying drive, which is terrible and doesn't really work that well. But it's better than nothing. Literally. What's the reload on this gun? 10.71. Okay. This will reduce the reload. So $4 million total already gone. And the other one, the tier 8, had the camo. Steel concealment, 442. Well, that's pretty terrible. So that's why I did that. Goodbye, 4 million. Binga banga boom. Alright. We'll get a basic repair. We're going to put on enhanced rations. This is very important. Enhanced rations, the crew skill of Born Leader, and the fan all do exactly the same thing. So you have 3 opportunities to improve your crew's ability, to increase the vision of your tank, and to also increase the accuracy. Stack them if you can. The only thing you cannot stack is the fan if it's on an open air cockpit turret. So if it's closed in like this box, Shazam, you can add the fan and it will improve your crew stuff. It's 50-50 medicine or gas for speed. I guess we'll go medicine. I'm telling you, this isn't going to be good. Get this premium to silver. Another scam of the game is that they started off default on gold to rob you blind. Your friend would not do this. I'm just letting you know. These people really are not your friends. So what do we have? This one has 246 penetration. This one has 88. Really? Yeah, that's not even good. That's trash. There's no way that's any good. This costs a fortune. If you want to make a kill, I mean, look, it's a tier 9, so you're going to be playing tier 10s all the time. That regular ammo is going to be completely worthless except against, super light tanks. Forget about it. This is another one. Oh, let's try that one, actually. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is like armor piercing. You don't want that garbage. Yeah, this is what we want. Forget armor piercing. Don't waste my time with that trash. Splash damage is what you have to have. Because the bullets move so slowly because the company hates artillery so much that you need the biggest splash damage to score. I'm just telling you the way it is. If that bothers you, go somewhere else. Doesn't matter to me. I don't play the propaganda game. And that's why upper level artillery is a scam. You can't really score. If you try using the other ammo that barely would work, you're not going to make any. You're not going to lose money, but you're not going to kill anybody. Just isn't going to happen. You're going to have to hit perfect shots, and that's almost impossible in this game. So the reality says you need the biggest splash damage. And 3 meters radius sounds good until you start shooting, and then you realize, wow, that is a miss like every time. The bullets travel way too slow. In fact, let's see how slow they actually travel. Ammo, max speed 500 meters per second. You realize that a pistol bullet goes faster than that. And that's all part of the scam. So, if you believe the propaganda that this bullet speed isn't part of the scam, I can't help you, man. They're not there to be your friend. Okay, let's look at this reload. Reload is now down at 10.06. Now, when we put a commander in here, it'll be better. Let's go here. Let's grab this commander. Okie dokie. And I'm not searching for this stuff. Tier 8, well, guess what? We're not using you anymore. Add favorite, because that's the one we're going to be playing, so you might as well. Now, remember, 10.06 for the reload, and it's now 8.46. All right, 4,000 damage per minute if you can hit something, which would be good. Accuracy on this gun, 0.49. What about the other gun? Other gun will do more damage and more penetration, so it would be better, but it's half as many rounds, a little bit more than half, so it's going to have about a 15-second reload. Ouch on that. More horsepower. Oh, actually, no, there are no modules for that. That's amazing. All you have is a gun. Wow, that's wild. That was the shocker. I don't ever remember seeing that before. Oh, yes. My camouflage is non-existent, so I better put some camouflage on this dude. Okay. Look, that's a cardboard box. Kotakovsky Winter Camouflage. Very good. That's the one that I had on the other one. This is another one. This is not bad. Winter 3-tone. Winter 3-tone is good. Wow, it just looks really good. Continue with voucher. Wrong. Tier 9 artillery is not a destination. It is a vehicle to get you, to the end result. Once you get tier 10, that's the situation. It's kind of good. Good enough for me. The only tier 9 I liked was the American tier 9 artillery. Yeah, I mean, the other one was, the French was okay. I don't know why these deserts are so horrible. I mean, that doesn't look like desert. Sorry. That sort of does. It's not really great either. I mean, yeah, you're kind of screwed. That looks horrible. I don't like this either. It just feels wrong. It doesn't feel World War II at all. Close enough. Urban. I don't know. How about this? That looks kind of building-ish. I don't know. Those diagonals look too artificial for me. Good enough. Night sky. Sure, why not? I mean, for long-term possibilities, I'm not going to be keeping this tank. So why would I put permanent camouflage? Permanent camouflage is reserved for tier 10. Or if you have one that's really effective for you at a lower T, that would be fine too. But otherwise, tier 10 if it's good. And if it's not good, well then, what are you going to do? So now the thing to do is to try it out. So let's go try this dude out. Welcome to Serene Coast. Man, I don't care for this map for artilleries in general, but this one worked out quite well today. Or at this tier, maybe, I don't know. Seemed like, if I go too far to the right, I'll be exposed, and if I go too far to the left, I'll be exposed. But at least on the left, the exposure would have to come through the narrowness of the land bridge and then also the artificial bridge. So I figured this is the way to go. And I'm over here looking. I took a shot at that freak. Heavy tank. Tag. Yeah, there was a Object 257, and then there was a T58. Yes, Object 257, and also an AMX M454. Those were the targets that I was hitting. And on this first game, I thought that the gun performed better than expected, really. Score kind of reflected that. Now this one isn't very long, so it's not too bad. But just giving you the bird's eye view of what this artillery is like. Staring down the barrel of a Tier 9 artillery. Let's see which kind am I shooting at here. This one is the 257. No, when I was aiming at them through the artillery view, the 257 was like battleship profile, pointed to the right. So I was shooting at his broadside. And I put a good hammering on him. In fact, I killed him right there. So, first guy I killed in this tank, Tier 10. You don't get to say that very often. Yeah, that's the AMX M454 Frenchy Heavy. E75. This is a very, very tight position. I took a shot at him. You know, I didn't hit him, but it was like, well, you know, he's sitting there partially behind a rock. And it's like, well, if it goes perfect, it'll hit him. It didn't go perfect. So I gave up on that one. I said, well, you know, I'm going to take a shot because we were winning. When you're winning, you can take a little, you can afford a gambling shot more. But the reload on this gun is surprisingly quick, with about 8.5 seconds. And for high-end artillery, that's pretty fast on the reload. That's a tag. Oh, that's the GW Tiger. I did not kill the GW Tiger, but I hit him twice and almost killed him, and the guy finished him off for next to nothing. So that's okay. I got the points, but he got the kill. I had a partial hit the first one, and then the second one I hit him dead center. Probably if it would have been the second gun, he'd have been dead. But the first gun, I guess, it just wasn't strong enough to kill him. Hey, but I don't care. If I'm hitting guys, I'm happy. And there you go, Type 4 Heavy. He's dead, Jim. And that's it. Here we are at the end of game screen. And very good, as you can see. First action, 2 kills. You can't complain. 2,000 damage. All right. Got a long haul as well. That's fantastic. So everybody wins. Although I don't have any clue how this sharpshooter was ahead of me. Oh, he had spotting damage. That's how. It's a lot of spotting for sure. Well, that explains that answer. So definitely a big time success right out of the gate, which is not really typical. So I was super happy. So this Tier 9 looks like this is going to be, you know, good enough to, you know, hang in there for several months or however long it take. I'm not really in a super rush to get that tier 10, but I would like to have it. So this is your tier 9 Russian 212A. It worked quite well. So that's really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So it would be really helpful if you could leave a like. And it would help if you could tell your friends, because that would give them a chance to like and maybe subscribe as well. So this is my new artillery of the foreseeable several months until I get to tier 10, which of course, as soon as that happens, you'll have a video much like this one. So thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you again in another video very soon.